Paige Bueckers, she ain't gonna be Caitlin Clark. Not now, not today, not ever. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen.
Why hasn't Middle America given Paige Bueckers the Caitlin Clark treatment?
Well, the ratings are out. How much Paige Bueckers is moving the needle? There's already statistical evidence. No, she is not moving the needle in women's sports or women's basketball nearly to the effect of Caitlin Clark.
Paige Bueckers is making headlines once again, but this time it's not for her performance on the court. Instead, it's reportedly because she's frustrated about not receiving the same recognition as Caitlin Clark. Bueckers seems to feel she deserves the same level of fame, spotlight, and roaring applause. But let's be honest, she's not Caitlin Clark. And the truth is, she may never be.
Paige Bueckers has had one of the best careers in the history of women's college basketball. And looking at these ratings for the women's tournament, it is abundantly clear Paige Bueckers might be a star, but she's not a draw.
Paige Bueckers is entering the WNBA like it's her grand coronation, expecting fireworks, sold-out arenas, and the star treatment. But instead, she's met with silence. The crowds aren't flooding in and the endorsement deals aren't landing in her lap. Why? Because, unlike Caitlin Clark, she hasn't earned that level of attention. Not through her stats, her impact, or her presence in the game. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why Paige Bueckers isn't Caitlin Clark, and why she never will be, no matter how hard the media tries to spin it. If you're riding with Caitlin, drop a CC all the way in the comments, because we're about to get into it.
A lot of people are saying, oh, everything is she was Caitlin before Caitlin, she's better than Caitlin, and all this stuff. That kind of stopped in the media. Caitlin Clark put up better numbers in the WNBA than Paige did in college.
While Caitlin Clark has been out here breaking records, dominating headlines, and redefining the game, Paige Bueckers has mostly been giving interviews and playing the victim. Now she's acting like she's entitled to the same level of respect Clark receives, the same Clark who reignited interest in women's basketball and turned it into must-see TV. It's not just tone-deaf, it's straight-up disrespectful.
Paige Bueckers is coming in, and she's going to be a driving force.
Clark is going against Paige and Dejanay. ESPN today, they're talking about Paige. One of them says, I think Paige will be a good player this year, but I'm not expecting a Caitlin-like impact, and that's an unfair bar to set. Dallas Wings using the promo poster of Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark to hype.
Well, let's start with the facts. Caitlin Clark isn't just great, she's transcendent. This isn't your average superstar, we're talking about a once-in-a-generation talent. She's not only the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, but also the only player in college basketball history, male or female, to record multiple 40-point triple-doubles. Her stat line is absurd. She drops 30 like it's a warm-up, averages over 8 assists a game, and can either fire from the logo or sling a no-look dime with the precision of a Hall of Famer. Think Steph Curry's range meets Magic Johnson's vision? Yeah, she's got both. While everyone else is flipping through the table of contents, Caitlin's already rewriting the script.
Caitlin Clark was clearly heterosexual, handled herself with grace, just balled out and competitive as hell between the lines, but very nice, subdued, and hung out with her boyfriend off the court. That is a formula for disaster with the angry lesbians of the WNBA, particularly when you're Caitlin Clark and you dominate the scene, you dominate the ads, you dominate being on television and everything about television.
Now let's talk about Paige Bueckers. Sure, she had a strong start. Her freshman season showed real promise. But since then, it's been a roller coaster. Injuries, long stretches off the court, and spotty performances. She hasn't consistently hit that elite 20-plus point average. And her assist numbers? Solid, but nothing special. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has been carrying an entire program on her back, dragging them into national contention night after night. And when the lights are brightest, final minutes, high-pressure moments, Clark takes over. Paige? More often than not, she fades. Yet, we're supposed to act like they deserve equal billing? Let's be real. They don't.
85 WNBA draft, average 1.5, the second highest ratings ever. So its peak was 1 million viewers less than the average for the Caitlin Clark experience. The viewership literally got cut in half. Hell of a lot of people said, Caitlin Clark's gone, I'm gonna do something else with my day. And of course, last year, Caitlin Clark came out. The WNBA saw its far and away biggest rating ever for the WNBA draft.
When Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the world watches. Her games have shattered viewership records, sometimes even outdrawing NBA matchups airing the same night. Wherever she goes, the spotlight follows. She turned the WNBA draft into a primetime event, drove ticket resale prices through the roof, and packed arenas just by being in the lineup. When she plays, the seats fill, hashtags trend, and her highlights rack up millions of views. This isn't just hype. It's dominance, plain and simple.
In this video, we're unpacking exactly why Paige Bueckers isn't Caitlin Clark, and why she never will be, no matter how hard the media tries to spin.
Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers had the full ESPN hype machine behind her heading into the 2025 WNBA draft. But when the numbers came in, it was a bust. Her draft pulled in only half the viewership Caitlin Clark's did the year before. Half. That's not a coincidence. That's proof. Proof that the audience isn't falling for the media narrative. They're not just watching women's basketball. They're watching Caitlin. Period.
She is the chosen one, as they say. That may not be the case for Bueckers. For those of you wondering if Paige's acceptance into the WNBA will be different than Caitlin, delusional fan base that follows Caitlin Clark disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go into that league and tear it.
Let's be real. This isn't about who posts the best gym selfies or gives the most emotional press conferences. This is about results, on-court dominance, and undeniable fan interest. Caitlin Clark doesn't need a polished PR campaign. Her game speaks for itself. She's the name fans chant, the face people drive hours just to see. She's not chasing the spotlight. She is the spotlight.
The Caitlin Clark effect is real. There's evidence of that in college women's basketball ratings, and there's evidence of that now in the 2025 WNBA draft on ESPN delivered the second most viewed WNBA draft ever, averaging 1.25 million viewers. The spin is real from the media.
So, when Paige steps in expecting Caitlin's treatment, the answer is simple. You don't get Caitlin-level fame just for showing up. You earn it by dominating. And right now, the word dominance has one name next to it: Caitlin Clark.
Paige Bueckers ain't Caitlin Clark and will never be on the court. ESPN continuing their Caitlin Clark erasure agenda.
Let's not kid ourselves. The media is bending over backwards to manufacture a rivalry, trying to build Paige up as the next face of women's basketball. ESPN, sports anchors, social, media commentators, they're all pushing this narrative. Not because Paige has earned it, but because, deep down, they're panicking that a white girl from Iowa with zero interest in virtue signaling just took over the sport.
Caitlin Clark got beat up last year because Caitlin Clark was everything the women who she stood on the shoulders of weren't. She was a nice, straight girl that balled hard, had a different game, and it pissed everybody off, including the little gals on ES.
When Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA with more than just hype, she came. With receipts, record-breaking college performances, sold-out arenas, and endorsement deals from Nike and State Farm before she even played a single professional game. And you know what she did to earn it? She hooped. That's it. She didn't climb social ladders, and she didn't use identity to get ahead. She just played the game at an elite level.
Monica McNuts and the Chimneys of the world and all the other clowns at ESPN that have tried to paint Caitlin Clark as popular for one reason, and that being a white.
And how was Caitlin welcomed? Not with parades, but with elbows, hate tweets, and hot takes. She's been fouled. Hard, mocked on TV, and dragged through the press by both players and pundits. Why? Because she refuses to play the media's game. Her mere presence disrupts the agenda. Now, Paige wants that same treatment, but without the pressure, the performance, or the grind.
We want to see Caitlin Clark, and we want to see Paige Bueckers.
Caitlin scored more points per game, but Paige was more efficient.
As long as she comes in the league and she joins the likes of DeJounte Carrington and all these others that are always promoting some kind of activism, she's not going to know. Why? Because sports fans want to watch damn sport. And Thomas contrasts how white Americans view the two based on stark differences in speaking out against racial injustice. Quote, perhaps it's because unlike Clark, Bueckers has always been outspoken about issues off the court, Thomas wrote in a Guardian article. At the 2021 ESPYs, Bueckers was named the College Athlete of the Year. She used her acceptance speech to celebrate and honor black women in particular. In Bueckers' famous ESPYs speech, she used her platform to recognize those who didn't get the same recognition as her, specifically highlighting black women. While Black America cheered Bueckers, it seemed like mainstream white America, a demographic once viewed her as, in her words, a media darling, weren't signaling out her praises. Is it a coincidence, or maybe because her injuries have made people forget her greatness as an athlete? She's back from injury, and now why are people focused on Bueckers as they were Clark last year when she was tearing up college basketball? Maybe if Bueckers had delivered a more vanilla ESPY speech, things would be different. This is a completely embarrassing article. Caitlin Clark is a worldwide phenomenon whose playing style has drawn a level of hype that hasn't been seen in basketball in a decade. I'm looking forward to seeing Caitlin Clark play. That are mad she's on national TV. They're gonna brutalize her again.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
If it was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
366,000. A new record for a female athlete. Caitlin is the needle. Smashed the old record held by Serena by $100,000.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark. They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing.
And for Caitlin Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much.
She is not only the needle mover, she is the needle, but at this point, it's pretty clear Caitlin Clark is driving the bus and driving the cell.
Caitlin Clark has taken women's college basketball by storm. It's because she's white, and all of her fans are white, and they're all racist.
I'm looking forward to seeing Caitlin Clark play. That are mad she's on national TV. They're gonna brutalize her again.